Are you gonna help Daddy do the review? Are you helping Daddy do the review? Hello. Hello. I'm not crying. You're crying. Howdy, my fellow gamers, and welcome back to this week's 60-second review. This one being for a game. I'm going to try to alternate weeks between games and movies. Still working on trying to figure out how to do albums as well, but that's in progress. This week we're tackling the 2020 follow-up to the 2015 indie phenomenon, Ori and the Blind Forest, which we also reviewed on this channel, so link below, go check that out. Moon Studios' Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Finally, after many delays and anticipation, we received this game. So enough talking, 60 seconds on the clock, 5 categories to rate, and go. Story. With big shoes to fill from the first one, Ori and the Will of the Wisps story actually surpasses every expectation I had and more, plucking at the heartstrings in ways that shouldn't be possible with emotional, beautiful, original narrative. Story receives a 10. Gameplay. Taking the fluidity and simplicity of the first game and building upon that, bringing in a much more fleshed out combat system and additional traversal methods, the gameplay was very Hollow Knight reminiscent, took some getting used to, but was well done. Gameplay receives an 8. Should be a 9, but we'll get to that in just a minute. Audio. Just like the first Ori, the soundtrack is phenomenal. The audio design is fantastic. The sound effects and voices are superb. Weapons hitting are truly magnificent. Audio receives a 10. Visuals. Another gorgeous watercolor masterpiece with vibrant worlds, contrasting hues, and unique locations and landscapes. Breathtaking to behold, but touching on what I said in gameplay, we're docking a point here as well. There were lots of tech issues with frame rates and loading in certain areas, to where I'd die in the game or wasn't playable and frustrating and took away from the overall experience. So instead of a 9, visuals receive an 8. Game length. Right on the money. In that sweet spot around 12 to 15 hours. 16 for me because I 100%ed it. Ori makes the impact it needs to without overstaying its welcome, and post-game collectible hunting is just as enjoyable as it was in the first game. Game length receives a 9, bringing Ori and the Will of the Wisps to a grand total of 9 out of 10. So close to a perfect score. Maybe someday we will find a game that will hit all those checks perfectly. Well, let us know, guys, in the comments below if you've played Ori and the Will of the Wisp, what you thought of the story, what you'd like to see us review in the future. Feel free to check out the links down below to support the content creation dream, and as always, stay freaky.